If you've been trying to manifest something for months or even years and you're starting to get discouraged or disappointed or even resentful that none of your manifestation techniques have worked out, then this video is for you. So maybe you've tried the visualizing or the affirmations or the sets or the vision board and nothing has worked for you. But I don't actually think that it's because you are doing the techniques wrong. It's actually because there's a foundational piece of manifestation that you may have been missing. So let's talk about it. Because for years I was stuck in this manifestation burnout where I was doing the visualizing and feeling as if and all of the things. But because I was missing this foundational piece, my manifestations never fully came through, at least not the big ones. Some of the smaller manifestations did come through, but the deeper transformations that I was really looking for never seemed to be sustainable. And honestly, this just became exhausting to constantly be in this loop of trying to manifest. And you think it's coming, but then it's not coming. And then you're looking for it everywhere. And then I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. I was trying to manifest from an identity of lack. So I was trying to manifest abundance when actually I identified myself as a poor person. I was trying to manifest love from the identity of someone who felt unlovable. I was trying to manifest success from someone who felt like a failure. And when I realized that the identity was actually my issue, not the manifestation technique, I stopped hopping around from manifestation technique to manifestation technique and started addressing the root of the problem. The real problem wasn't the techniques, that I was doing the techniques wrong, or even that the techniques didn't work, because techniques do work if you're using them in conjunction with the right identity. My problem was that I was in a state of disconnection. I was disconnected from my identity as a conscious creator, as someone who is a child of the divine, right? As someone who has the divine ability to create a life for themselves, to be a conscious creator. And this happens to many of us where we cut ourselves off from this deeper understanding that we are part of the divine. So we also get to create. We get to use this divine force to create our lives, to inform what our lives look like. And because of this disconnection, we tend to feel like we are less than the divine, right? We tend to feel like we're not worthy. We tend to feel like we don't deserve the things that we desire. But because you're divine, you deserve all of it, right? Because you are part of this conscious, creative intelligence that is creating everything in the universe. You are part of that. And so you also get to direct that energy into your life to create what you desire. So when we disconnect from the divine, we tend to identify instead not with the divine power within us, but we identify instead with our fears, with our wounds, with ancestral wounds, with all of the things that have happened in the past, with our traumas, and we tend to be attached to those things to the point that they um, inform who we believe ourselves to be, right? So we allow our past experiences to decide our identity. We forget our true nature. We forget that we are part of the divine and that we can harness that creative power to create something beautiful in our lives, to manifest all of the things that we desire into our lives. When we forget that connection, it's really difficult to believe that we are worthy of our desires, that we deserve to create a life that we love, that we deserve to have the things that we want. So once I reclaimed my power and my ability to create my reality, all I needed to do from there was align my identity with my desires. And with each identity shift that I made, I started seeing changes literally within days. For example, I hadn't dated or received any interest in about 5 years. And after I made the identity shift that I was worthy and deserving and desirable, I received two invitations for dates in the same day within probably like 2 hours of each other. And let's see, I also started working out more consistently, like working out consistently in a way that a person who it is natural for would, right? So I started to identify as someone who is naturally athletic, someone who likes to work out, someone who likes to run. And because of that, I was then able to sustain that workout routine. And it was easy and natural. I also stopped procrastinating when it comes to business and creating the things that I want to create, following my passions and my purpose. And this had been so difficult for me in the past. I would do it for a few weeks or a few months, and then I would stop. And then I would start again, and then I would stop again. And it just wasn't sustainable, and I didn't seem to have the energy or the drive to keep it going. But once I made the identity shift first, all of the actions around that identity started becoming easy and natural. So, changing your identity literally changes your entire life. And I'll give you another example. Someone who identifies as a person who is loved and respected is going to attract love and respect from everyone in their lives. They are going to attract healthy relationships, healthy dynamics, healthy working relationships, working situations. They are going to have circles of people who they trust and who they are supported by because they have a love and respect for themselves, but also because they just believe that they are a person who is naturally loved and respected. This person is going to have good boundaries and be able to speak up for themselves if there is something that they need to discuss. This person is going to know how to take care of themselves, how to honor themselves, etc. This is not a person who is going to be like ruminating over text messages for hours on end. This is not a person who is going to do things because they feel like they need to please other people and then feel resentful afterwards, right? This person is not going to be out of integrity with themselves because they love themselves and they believe that they are someone who deserves love. This person is not going to be in a toxic relationship. So, someone who loves themselves is naturally going to attract that behavior in their personal reality, right? Because your identity informs your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your energy, and even the energy that other people are going to respond to you with. Now let's take a look at the opposite. Someone who believes themselves to be a person who is rejected because maybe that is what they've experienced in the past. That person, until they change their identity, is going to continuously manifest experiences into their life, experiences, relationships where they feel rejected by the other person. And that again is because your identity is informing what you believe, what you feel, what you experience in your life. So if your manifestations haven't been working out, you have to ask yourself these questions. Do I believe that I am truly worthy of the things that I desire? Do I believe that what I want is actually possible for me? And do I believe that I co create my own reality? Do I believe that I am powerful? And if the answer to any of those questions is not a full bodied yes, then your issue isn't with the manifestation techniques. Your issue is with your identity. This is where I believe that manifestation teachings are missing a key point because manifestation techniques aren't bad, they're just incomplete. So your visualizing isn't actually creating your reality. Your scripting isn't creating your reality. Your vision board isn't actually creating your reality. Those are just tools. And these tools actually do work, but they work best when they are aligned with a new identity versus trying to fight an old identity. So, conscious creation is actually the missing piece. Because when you identify as a conscious creator of your life, anything becomes possible. You are then harnessing the power of the divine to create a life that you love. As a conscious creator, as someone who believes that they are divine, you are automatically worthy of creating the life that you want. This realization changed my life so much that I created something for you to also experience it. I call it the Conscious Creator Activation. And it is a guided experience to help you step into your conscious creator identity so that you can also begin to embody the divine power that is naturally yours and create the life that you love. Because when your identity is aligned to the divine, you don't have to force yourself to believe that you're worthy of the life that you want. You don't have to force yourself to believe that it's possible for you. It becomes a natural result of remembering who you truly are. So I've linked that below if you are ready to become the conscious creator of your reality. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments what resonated most. And of course, if you would like more content on consciousness, identity, and how to create a life that you truly love, then don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, don't forget to ask yourself, who am I choosing to be today?